Well played! In this video, we're going to explore the basics of hand tracking. Hand tracking is a critical skill that pro players use to win games on their path through the Hearthstone Championship Tour. Let's get into it. We'll begin by explaining exactly what hand tracking is. At its core, hand tracking is comprised of two principles. The first principle is making reads, or educated guesses as to the cards in an opponent's hand. The way the best players infer this information is from how their opponent played their last turn. For example, let's say you're playing against Miracle Rogue. It's turn 8 and your opponent has 5 cards in hand. Neither player has any minions on the board, and your opponent straight up passes the turn. They just gave you a ton of information. Did you catch it? A pro player would. By passing, your opponent is telling you that their hand is full of spells. If they had any minions like Henchclan Thug or Faldori Strider, they would have played them. This is hand tracking at its simplest, but it also showcases how powerful it can be. Now, you know why a pro wouldn't play one big 8-mana minion, because their opponent would likely have a removal spell for it. Instead, they'd swarm the board with cheaper minions, safe in the knowledge that their opponent can't match them minion for minion. The second principle of hand tracking is card sequencing. In Hearthstone, cards stay in hand in the order that they're drawn, so basically, you can't shuffle your hand. That makes it easy to carry over the knowledge gained from our first principle, making reads, on a turn-to-turn basis. Continuing from the previous example, imagine a player summons 3 minions, and passes their turn. Their opponent draws, and then immediately plays the card they just drew. So, a novice might not see it, but a pro player just got a ton more information. Pros quickly deduce that their opponent's hand is still all spells, since they played the card that they just drew, so they can continue to safely pressure the board empowered by this knowledge. Now, you understand the two core elements of hand tracking, making reads and card sequencing. Hearthstone is more competitive when players know every card their opponent's holding, and once you've got the hang of making reads and card sequencing, be sure to check out the next video in this series, Advanced Hand Tracking, for an expert level technique and a real game example. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, brought to you by the coaches at GamerSensei, please visit playhearthstone.com/esports for more of the Well Played series and all things Hearthstone Esports.